That's one of the greatest defensive players to ever play this game. That's a fierce competitor.
I think Rodman's the greatest defensive player of all time. I mean, I can't explain how great he was defensively. Not only, forget that 17 rebounds a game, he was unbelievable. Unless Pippen was the greatest. Like, Pippen was so great defensively. Jordan also, like, this, you could argue it's the greatest 2-guard, 3 and 4 defensively ever.
Just as recognizable from the back of his head as the front. Dennis Rodman, he's known to his teammates as Worm. His dirty work is the spark that fires the Detroit Pistons. Defense is the credo of this Motor City franchise, and Rodman sets the standard for his team and the league. He's been named Defensive Player of the Year the past 2 seasons. Raging mental motivation has at times tarnished his play and his image. Nevertheless, for the Pistons, his relentless style and desire is invaluable.
I consider myself the hardest working NBA player in the league.
Today, as a disruptive defender, or
in the Corzine, Edwards guarding him. 9 on the shot clock. Jordan has it blocked by Rodman. Great defensive play by Dennis Rodman.
How about this little collision here? Rodman just blocked Jordan's shot at the other end. Hey, come on. Sorry, no blood there, no foul.
Like, just a straight deep, like, I love playing defense. I'm going to lock you down tonight. That was Dennis Rodman.
Lombard at 9 to play here in the 4th. Wolves have played well. They trailed initially by 11, came back. They've taken a couple leads. Garnett had it knocked away by Rodman. It's off Minnesota, and a great play by Dennis Rodman. Look at Garnett, huh? He loves it.
I mean, Dennis Rodman came from across the court to break up that play and knock that ball off of Kevin Garnett.
Corbin with Harper on him.
Dennis with a play. Great play. What a defensive stop that was, and grabbed the
NBA record. Rodman on Mourning. What a battle this is. Zoe turns and shoots over him again. This time nothing but air. Score over Dennis Rodman. Watch what happens.
But Dennis fights him across the lane. Zoe has come across the middle, and he scored 2 times on him coming into the middle. Dennis says, I'm going to see what you can do if I send you baseline. He forces him baseline to the turnaround, Jay. Nothing.
By 12. Under 4 minutes to go, first half. Norman does a number again on Rodman, this time offensive foul. And Norman's first.
Rodman gets out in front, takes the blow, and Norman turns it over. So the Bulls got it down to what, 12-point lead here.
How much of that is accurate? The Atlanta mascot is sitting in Ted Turner and Jane Fonda's seats, and he's taking up both of them. There he is. See, if Ted and Jane were here, they would have woken him up. Offensive foul as Ogman leaned into Rodman.
Nice play by Dennis Rodman. Stepped out in front of the plastic man. Here he comes down. Boom.
Blaylock comes out to get it. Off a screen by Grant Long. Long at the arc. Gets around Longley.
Oh, Dennis with the block. An offensive foul on Long going to the hoop.
4th personal on Grant Long.
Long goes to the hoop. Pippen steps in front for the play, and then Rodman slams it back home. Here it is. He comes in. Pip is there. Rodman makes the block, but it's an offensive foul. 1:54 to go now. The Bulls with a 1-point lead. We'll take one more look at it.
Looked like a good call, Scotty. Hand position.
Good job of staying out on it.
Dumars has hit a couple of trays with people in his face. 5 to go on the shot clock. Thorpe all over Rodman. They're going to call offensive. That was too obvious for the officials not to make the call. Whoa, they called traveling? Oh, man.
Well, Doug, you're lucky. Traveling.
Because that would have been
he ran over.
Yes. Watch this. 1. No, see, there's the... How is this not an offensive foul before the travel occurs? Houston, nice feed to Reed.
Oh, man. He hurt his hand on that play. His right hand has been really hurting him, but he steps over beautifully, and it looks like he catches all ball, doesn't he? Oh, what a... Yeah, there's a little collision there, but normally they let a... Big articles about Dennis is his history following him all over. Quick.
Now Sleepy Floyd, bothered big time outside by Isaiah, trying to find somewhere to go with it. Does to Thorpe, inside for Akeem, knocked away by Rodman. About 40 feet away from the basket. They give it to Akeem way outside against Rodman. He'll jump it up from the perimeter. An air ball out of bounds. Wiggins lost it.
Otis Thorpe had no place to go. He throws the ball to Olajuwon. Olajuwon has Sleepy Floyd to his left. He has no place to go. So he throws up an error shot, and this is what happens. They're going to take it into overtime. There's no place to throw it.
Akeem inside, shot short. There's the horn, overtime. On the road. At the end of regulation, the Pistons have tied. Rodman found him too, Coach.
Well, they were fortunate to get the ball to him. Dennis makes a great block without putting his body on him, and that's the advantage of having a player like a Dennis Rodman on your team.
Robinson being defended by the Worm. I got your distraction for you, Admiral. There he says he makes him miss the shot.
Orlando Magic, they're 10-0 in the history. And look at Dennis Rodman out of nowhere. 4 blocks in the first half.
Mutombo, the last 11 games, has averaged 14 points, 13 rebounds. Offensive foul to Dikembe Mutombo, his second.
Now, Dennis Rodman came across and picked up the roll man. Keep an eye on this now. Now watch Rodman rotate across and take the charge. Now, I'll tell you, that takes a lot of courage, man. This guy's 7'2", 260-some-odd pounds, right in your chest. And you're taking it now.
And you also have a bump shoulder. Right now, they've held them to 9 here in the second.
Ball turnovers, Ron.
Rogers, that's going to be an offensive foul. Dennis Rodman, his second charge of the game, he picks up.
Once again, you have an over-anxious offensive player trying to turn the corner. Now the Worm is going to get that because once again, he beats you to the spot, he takes it. He usually attempts 5 per game.
Rodman, not around my hoop, Greg Graham.
I tell you what though, Greg Grant covered a lot of ground. He was quick, but Dennis measured that one from the opposite side of the floor. Dennis comes from all the way from the other corner for that shot block. Watch him measure this one.
Akeem backing on Worm, and he cha-chas. They'll call the travel. Player of the month for the second month in a row, playing him heads up there, Dennis Rodman. Darrell's 4 for 5, and 2 for 2 at the line. Kemp wheels on Worm. Worked hard for the miss. The family does it on camera. Ricky Pierce to the rim. Knocked away by Joe. Saved by Worm.
And Worm comes up with it somehow because he takes some shot from Ricky Pierce.
I mean, most guys would be on the floor on their back. He got through it somehow.
That they can score. We ought to write a song.
You have my blessing. Bulls have their biggest lead, 9 points. Tisdale goes to work. Made away with the left hand. Too strong. Pippen hauls in the rebound. Scotty now with 5 boards. Up ahead to Kukoc. Silky left-hand jumper. Rodman on the glass. How does he do that?
Well, you know, first of all, when you're down there and you're Michael Finley with Dennis Rodman, what do? Try to out-jump him? No, you're getting off the lane.
Tisdale bodied up. Rodman that time missed the shot.
Down under Shaw, blocked away by Rodman, and a foul is called. Rodman didn't think much of that. Neither did Chuck Daly.
Says, get out of here, get out of here. So he goes, 2 men stay with him, leaves him open, he finds him there. Rodman did a good job.
All of a sudden, you got 6'7", 6'8" Dennis Rodman on you. And Dennis Rodman was a physical player. And he would be hitting Jordan, hitting him, moving his feet. And Jordan didn't like that.
Do it again. And your call, Rodman now on Michael Jordan.
And he steps right inside him. Missed the first shot against Rodman.
As the point guard, you can't help out as much with traps. That's the problem.
Coming inside, offensive foul is the call.
And now you have Dennis Rodman, who's trying to get inside of your head, tapping you, being physical, throwing that elbow. So he got 2 different looks. And so when Jordan got accustomed to Rodman,
And his counterparts on the Orlando Magic, Horace Grant and Dennis Scott, have yet to score. They're over 3 between them. Dennis Rodman in complete control of the forward position as he's greatly helped by Scottie Pippen.
That many times he wants to come back if the other guys are here.
I think it also is a question of money with Dennis. His ego's not going to allow him, as we see some highlights of Dennis's play. And
Corbin picks it up, drives in, and we've got an offensive foul on Ty Corbin.
Offensive foul. Tyron Corbin, his second.
Corbin's second foul gives Chicago the ball.
Well, Ty Corbin thought he had an opportunity to take it right to the basket, but Rodman is there in the defensive position and takes the punishment.
Jed Bushler and Steve Kerr return for the Bulls.
Hawks just 6 of 10.
Good effort on the part of Harvey Grant, and he thought he was fine.
More time, Rodman comes in. Didn't look like a lot of contact to me.
Of his is causing a problem. Take a look. Good attempt here, but watch Dennis's right hand come down. Yeah. And that's where it rakes him across the face and pulls the glasses. Now, Mr. Chenier.
you want, I mean.
Balón de Karl, balón. En ataque. Ahora sí se le ha sacado Rodman. Rodman que rápido de pies. Ahí tienen con ese look. Lleva ya unas semanitas con ese look de los 101 dálmatas. Cruella de Bill. Ahí aguantándole el tirón a este. Entre que le aguanta el tirón y que le echa un poquito.
It's Madonna, and she's got Dennis Rodman's number all over her.
Master Lock Defensive Player of the Year, Dennis Rodman.
Gill to Jaminski. Blocked by Rodman. What a play! Pistons get it back. Jaminski thought he was going to dunk, and Rodman swatted it away. Lambier tries to tie. Out of bounds to Charlotte. 1:19 to go.
The worst thing that could have happened. Rodman was in perfect rebound position if that ball comes down anywhere near normal. Look at this play by Rodman. Weak side help at its best. Takes it right out of his hands.
Unbelievable. That was an easy dunk for Jaminski until Rodman says,
Away in a little bit of trouble. And the foul, offensive foul, and a good call against P.J. Brown. That was a good call, offensive foul, and that will be for P.J. Brown his 5th personal.
Right now, all the fringe players are expendable. Main thing right now is you have
Detroit at home 37-4 this year. Lewis has it blocked out of bounds. And Boston 10-31 on the road.
2 blocks, but both times they get the ball back. There you see again, this time it's both Sally and Rodman with the hand on it. Back to live action, it's Klein.
And that won't go, and Rodman's going to winds up in Gamble's hands. Perry blocked away by Rodman. A foul is called.
Foul will be on Bill Lambier. Dennis Rodman thought they called it on him. He had made a clean block on the play. We'll watch the action again inside. Here's the penetration move. He forces the defense over, and that's what enabled Robert Parrish to sneak in and get the offensive rebound. There's the fake. There's the good block, but they call Lambier moving his body to the side, a la Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who's thrown that left.
Dennis Johnson against Vinnie Johnson. Pinckney, it's blocked. Jump off. Rodman made the block.
This is excellent defense on the part of the Detroit Pistons here. Dennis Rodman, hand on the ball. It's lifted off the ground a little bit by Pinckney, and he'll have the jump ball.
And hit a ton in a row in the 3rd quarter, but they couldn't separate themselves.
we have a Rodman foul. Newman took him hard to the hole. He's got a menacing look on his face as he goes to the line. Did a nice job drawing the body contact. Tripucka has to force over Rodman. Missed the shot. Rebound Bedford. Good D by Dennis. On 2. On his left, Gill charges inside. Blocked Rodman. We have a foul. Charlotte also wanting a goaltend there, but foul before the shot, or in the act of.
They said Lambier got him on the hip. Again, the transition play of Charlotte. Very good here to start the 4th quarter. That's not much contact right there. Great play by Rodman. You get a chance to see it low. Boy, that might be a good no call.
I would tend to agree.
Dumars missed the layup. There's Rodman, though, and he follows it up. Does his cheerleading act. Lewis blocked away by Rodman, and the quarter comes to a close. And the faster unit did just what Chuck Daly wanted them to. They brought Detroit back.
The Bulls going with a backcourt of Armstrong and Hodges, Cartwright, Livingston, and Pippen up front. While Detroit with a front line of Lambier, Sally is very, very quick, and look out. Pippen and Rodman looking to go at each other. Now, in the past, I know the Pistons have felt they could take Pippen out of his game with rough play. He has been smashed a couple of times during the course of this rivalry, and you know the story of the famed migraine headache suffered by Scottie Pippen. There's another look at it.
You can see right there, Marv, that he is really getting physical. And I think what has happened is this. I think that the frustration of the Pistons is really coming out. The fact that they can't get the job done.
Timeout has been taken. We'll be right back. In this first half, and the Bulls lead it by 9.
This was after the confrontation, and you can see Rodman trying to impede the progress of Pippen, and I'm sure the officials are watching him very closely like the NBC. Well, as we can see here, they're just wrestling for position, and Rodman just will not let him move, and he is impeding his progress.
And back comes B.J. Armstrong on a 3-on-2. Pippen.
Motion that's going into these first few games. I think once he gets over that, the game will come easier as well.
No double. They'll let Rodman take him. Or vice versa. Foul on Rodman. Magic said he's played him many times.
And these guys played in the finals for 2 straight years in the late 80s. Right there, they need to stop that. They can't allow Dennis to do that.
The largest Los Angeles lead was also at 8. That was 17-9. And Pippen and Rodman kind of took things over. Here's Magic Johnson. This time Wennington does come to help. That leaves Eddie Jones as the open man.
It's a different position, and they're all defensive players. Entering the game today, you rarely see 3 defensive players in the
Plosky has been very successful wheeling and dealing. There are some who believe that he will bring Charles Shackelford in as one possible move. He's been playing in Europe. Rodman off the scramble. Little takedown. And the foul is called on Jordan.
It was called on Jordan, and he was trying to help Rodman up. And Rodman finally allowed him to come up. Michael lost the ball off the dribble, but look at the Bulls hustle floor. Cliff Livingston, then Jordan, but he also fouls in order to get there.
Working in the double from Wennington. Contact fills the lane, and Rodman got a piece of it. Dennis Rodman with a tremendous play.
Contact thinks he's in all alone. He's going to dunk the ball. No way.
So far, Penny has 3 points. Here's Scott going strong to the hoop, and Rodman gets a piece of that one. Tries to save it, and it's still Orlando ball. But you already can see the presence of Dennis Rodman here in the first quarter.
The frustration in not getting that loose ball, but that's what he does best. He will sacrifice his body. He will go into the stands and look for loose balls. He will really give up the body. He's 4th, and of course Scottie Pippen 9th. And 2 best combo in the league.
Rebound. So now the Rockets coming back. Cassell feeding Robert Horry, and blocked by Dennis Rodman. What a great play by Rodman, blocking Horry, and Kukoc gets the easy 2 at the other end.
Those are the kind of defensive plays that stop momentum. Looked like a wide open, easy fast break basket. Didn't turn out to be.
Mario Ellie, wild 3. And I'll tell you, that's what the Bulls have lacked.
Wide open. Horry was going to stuff it. Rodman comes in, gets it.
Stoudemire breaks him down again. The penetration made. Oh, beautiful pass. Harbaugh. Rejection by Dennis.
Blocking to Joe. 4-on-3 to Rodman. He'll score back.
space things out on the floor. He's an excellent passer, can hit the outside shot, and they have missed. Good coach. Young rejected by Rodman. And it will be Nick Ball. What a play by Dennis Rodman. 8 on the shot clock. The Knicks now lead 66-64. Here's another look at it.
Well, Patrick Ewing has realized that has been the best side of the floor for him, but terrific help side defense by Dennis Rodman to come over and swat that thing away and almost save it.
Mason putting the ball to Rodman. Called for the charge. Offensive foul on Mason.
Well, I was a little critical of Dennis Rodman yesterday with his perimeter defense. How about this play, though? He really felt that play coming, beat Mason to the spot, took a little bump, and fell backwards. Terrific defensive play by Rodman.
At the line. Mason. And again, Mason forced the issue. I just mentioned very quiet offensively in the first half. I don't know if...
6:20 left. Worthy. Magic. Offensive foul. Called by Mike Long.
Well, that's a tough break against the Lakers because Rodman just happened to be in the way and really falling out of the way when they had good ball movement. You'll see him right there, and he does a good acting job to draw the whistle.
They play one another. Oh, what?
Magic Johnson, he has that great ability to see, lets everybody come to him and dumps it off.
In the field, 6 of 11 from three-point land. Pistons on the attack. Mills against Rodman. Boy, Mills really stumped at the moment.
Offensive foul. Yes, he did. He went the other way. So Dennis comes up with a nice play. Mills with the arm out, and he'll pick up his second foul. Dennis facing him up. Now he turns around and back in, and he hits that arm into Dennis, and that's where you saw it.
Dennis really had him stymied there, though. I mean, Terry Mills was not quite sure what he wanted to do on that particular play. The previous play, Dennis had denied him an opportunity down low. Points on 6 of 11 from the field.
Yeah, they all came in when the Bulls were down by 9, so it was big time. Good block by Luke underneath. Rodman with the save. Yes, sir. Good teamwork there. Luke gave the block, and Rodman went and got the ball. Well, here he comes around the side. He's going to go up try to dunk the ball, but Luke blocked it with his forearm, and as it's going out of bounds, Dennis saves it.
Watching Dennis, opening quarter here. Gary Payton to Ruben Patterson, who goes right by Rodman, who took the charge. Nice play by Rodman, and Patterson stayed down, needed some assistance after the play.
Rodman men love it. Later first quarter, Ruben Patterson drives, but Rodman is there to take the charge, which he was so more Rodman. Playing some tough defense down low, hits the floor, but he's...
Mainly because people like Jordan and Pippen are out on the floor playing good defense, but it's a very physical inside Antonio Davis and Rodman, who plays his best defense on bigger post people.
Morning, guarded by Rodman. There's that little muscle running hook.
It was left down there to try to box out Rodman and Michael.
Offensive foul. Rodman got what he was after.
No question about it. And that's why Alonzo shot that fade away the first time. He knows how good a defensive player Dennis is. He's a great actor. And this is exactly why he was afraid to put the ball on the floor.
And you saw the movie critic Gene Siskel give it 2 thumbs up, even without Roger Ebert.
That LA would look to James Worthy. With Rodman shadowing Worthy's every move, LA was forced to go elsewhere. As the game raged on, the Pistons' fabled fourth-quarter defense was unyielding. Led by premier stopper Dennis Rodman, Detroit captured their first lead.
Enter Dennis Rodman into the starting lineup.
I think we needed some defense, some more rebounding, and bringing people off the bench so we got a stronger bench.
With Rodman igniting their defense, the Pistons return to doing what they do best.
Second quarter points for Denver. Rodman, oh my! That is a photo somewhere.
Look out now. Next thing we know, he's going to make a 3.
He's going to hit a 3, isn't he? Oh, Dennis Rodman delighting 25,000 fans here in the Dome. Robinson, the steal. Here he comes again.
Three-pointer of the evening.
Rodman with the steal. Rodney Rogers right behind him. Dennis can't get it.
Oh, and the rebound.
And the putback.
Rodney Rogers falls asleep.
A spectacular performance by Dennis Rodman. Bernie Bickerstaff calls it 20.
That was just a great move by Rodman. Now keep an eye on it. Now there's the second reaction here. Just out-hustled the two Denver defenders.
This is how quick it actually was.
Shoots a free throw.
Scottie Pippen on the drive, and he will get the offensive foul. Taking the charge, Dennis Rodman and Bill Laimbeer.
Like when he was named the Defensive Player of the Year.
I wanted this one so bad.
The rookie doing a nice job, another tremendous. Now watch this play right here. Dennis, what do you think of this call by Jake O'Donnell?
That's look. You see, if you can rewind that, it's the
rewind. This isn't CBS New York. No, we'll see the replay. Dennis, this is what we call a textbook block. And Jake gives you the call and calls it an offensive foul.
You got to look at it though. It's a lot of acting. You know, you got to choreograph this. You know, see, look at him. He's driving the baseline. And look at what I do. I throw my head back.
That's a foul on you.
Yeah, that's a foul on me. I know that, but I throw my head back and put a little acting. You know,
you are noted to be a little bit of an actor. Were you thinking of Hollywood if you couldn't make it in pro basketball?
No, not really.
Detroit looks to their peerless defender to eclipse Chicago's advantage.
Defense in Detroit, the Big D, Dennis Rodman, came out, got the Massachusetts Defensive Player of the Year award tonight. That was prior to the game. I think it got the whole team fired up and the crowd as well. I wouldn't want, if I was a Nick, I wouldn't want Dennis guarding me tonight. Dennis can play all 5 positions on the floor defensively. And then at the other end, we see he scores a little bit too. I know that we said a concern, but
the gang that couldn't shoot straight in last year's playoffs got an energy transfusion from rookie guard Brian Shaw during the preseason.
Nie według pozycji. A teraz zobaczymy pierwszą, najlepiej broniącą piątkę wybraną według pozycji. Po raz 6 w niej znalazł się Dennis Rodman.
Robi absolutnie perfekcyjnie. Chociaż jest tym czasami trochę błazen.
Regardless of who he was.
Here's Jordan at 1-and-1 now.
Rodman won't give an inch.
He is truly the only person I've ever known that could guard all 5 positions.
Lakers came here hoping to win one. They don't have their starting guards. They're desperate, and an offensive foul called.
See, when you've got a pesky guy like Rodman on you, you really must keep your cool. Now watch it as Worthy fights. He just pushes him off. Why? Quick. Get inside him!
You know, that's my job. I psych myself and say, hey, I have to do this to help this team. I like playing defense. I like doing things hard. I like to work.
Taking the opposition's big guns throughout the playoffs, the 2-time Defensive Player of the Year savors his role.
And that's the pride he has in defense. With him out there, he totally disrupts everything.
Some NBA players find Dennis is the menace. Whoa! Chance he gets.
Look at the block by Rodman.
And that's what I've been doing for the last 3 years, and I just love it. Going out there and doing the dirty work.
Talk about excitement. This guy can generate a crowd.
If you could defense Jordan, you could defense anything in the league, anything in the world.
And like the supermen he guards, he too is the possessor of unearthly talents.
Coach has the utmost confidence in me to go out there and stop a great player. I can go to some of the players and say, hey, don't help me, I got him.
The last flurry. Look at the eyes of Dennis Rodman playing against Magic Johnson. Is that concentration?
Almost every night, Rodman stares into the eyes of the opposing team's toughest offensive player and anchors the Pistons' defense.
I love a big challenge. I love a great challenge. Coach has the utmost confidence in me to go out there and stop a great player.
A little bit more than everybody else right now.
You know, he's a bad boy.
Ewing, over, and rejected by Dennis Rodman. What an enormous block, and Rodman comes away with a big smile on his face.
Ewing has his man beat, goes up for the slam dunk, and no, Rodman meets him at the top of his jump.
Had it all night long.
Well, just appreciate Rodman's, the movement of the feet right there. That was an excellent move. Charles had to put the shoulder into him in order to even get a possible input two with the long arms on that fadeaway. You're just not tall enough to get the shot. See Rodman moving around. He gets called because he grabbed Barkley, but Dennis Rodman is not going to allow Barkley to say, I'm going to keep you behind me, I'm going to get on the side, I'm going to front you, then I'll move to the backside. The entire time, notice his forearm, he constantly has it right on Barkley's chest or lower back.
Even though he picked up the foul that time, so far Rodman has kept Barkley off the scoreboard.
Takes it right to Rodman and is charged for an offensive foul.
Well, it looks like the challenge is still there from last year's playoffs as Brakowski trying to get to the hoop, and I want to tell you, I think that went the
4:23, Jason Kidd, balón para Gugliotta, bien marcado, bien marcado ahí. Oh, amigo.
Le saca la...
Sí, no, le saca el fallo.
Sí.
Le saca el fallo.
Han recuperado el balón.
Le saca el fallo.
Además, muy importante el hecho de que se haya tirado en el último momento, porque si no, le podían haber pitado falta.
Es un gran jugador, Es un gran jugador, amigo. Qué bueno es.
Y ahí, si no se tira y se mantiene en pie, le pueden pitar falta a Rodman, pero al tirarse...
Qué bueno ese.
Pues tiene que continuar la acción Gugliotta y acaba perdiendo el balón.
Tremendo, inouï.
Et déjà 7 points marqués par Isaiah Thomas.
Regardez, il laisse Wilkins tout seul pour jouer le 1 contre 1.
Pendant la plupart du match. Et encore une fois, Rodman a attiré le passage en force. Ça fait 3 fois dans le match.
3 passages en force.
Ça, c'est dans le style de jeu d'un Eric Bugno qui cherche toujours le passage en force de l'adversaire.
Oui, mais ce qui me surprend, c'est que les arbitres sifflent facilement le passage en force. Mais celui-là, il est indiscutable, oui.
Tout à fait. Il était très bien carré face à l'attaquant. Il a des très bons instincts en défense, Dennis Rodman.
Oui. J'ai une question de jeu de jambes.
De Washington. Et pas quatrième passage en force. Je ne suis pas loin d'être un record. Bon, on ne garde peut-être pas ces statistiques-là. On devrait. Mais là, 4 passages en force attirés par Dennis Rodman dans le match. Car il bouge ses pieds. Il est bien équilibré sur ses jambes. Il lève bien ses bras. Il prend. Et voilà, tout le match se joue ici. Il reste 4 secondes. Milwaukee. Et c'est Rodman qui contre à la dernière seconde. Fantastique, c'est là où on voit que la défense est spectaculaire aussi.
Avec Worthy à nouveau. Worthy probablement tout seul, non. Remet derrière lui à Cooper.
Superbe contre de James Edwards.
Il donne ses instructions.
Le travail pour avoir la position préférentielle à l'intérieur et ensuite vous avez vu Rodman pousser un tout petit...
Michael Thompson to Kareem, blocked by Rodman, block again by Rodman, and Scott takes it out, but Dennis Rodman stopped 2 great baskets inside.
Watch this play. Dennis Rodman will come from nowhere to block Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's shot. I think he surprises him with the first one, but not on the second one. That's some play. You know, you look at Jabbar, 7'3", Rodman maybe around 6'7", blocking that shot.
I think he's going to be a great player.
To okazuje się uderzające.
Give the ball to Woolridge. Double drive. MG. Blocking Fowler charge. Charging Woolridge. Green against Rodman. Offensive foul against AC Green. That's a second.
This is an excellent defensive unit on the floor for Detroit right now. They're playing with the confidence of the shot block, but their foot quickness tonight. Look at that. How about that for a charge? Now Rodman, 6'9".
18 points a game, out 10 weeks. Don McClain trying to pick up the slack, but Dennis Rodman, get out of here.
NBA record. Rodman on Mourning. What a battle this is. Zoe turns and shoots over him again. Dennis Rodman, watch what happened.
But Dennis fights him across the lane. Zoe has come across the middle, and he scored 2 times on him coming into the middle. Dennis says, I'm going to see what you can do if I send you baseline. He forces him baseline to the turnaround J.
Najlepiej zbierający Dennis Rodman.
Chuck Daly says everyone should play the game as hard as Rodman. Every day, practice the same as game. He can guard any position.
Poked by Isaiah, inadvertent. Young to the hole, offensive foul on the Portland guard. Young perhaps was hoping to get a call after he was poked and no whistle.
You know, it happens so often when you see something like that happen. A player loses control. Danny Young's going to the hole all the way here. Rodman picks up his normal one.
Back to a 5-point differential. 45 seconds to play. Offensive foul. And as we know, Tom, sometimes that happens
at least twice a game tonight.
Center court. That's the dog that was booed off the court earlier. And Dennis Rodman does the honors. You know what that says? No fear. What that says about a guy. That says so much about Dennis Rodman. What is a defensive ball player, John? Well, he is twice Defensive Player of the Year, and he drew attention on that. You know, that is just move.
Defensively against Ewing, and he has been effective.
Two-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year the last 2 years, maybe this year too. He knows how to work. He's not afraid of banging. The pass came in
towards the end of this game. Scottie Pippen. Time left in the right-hand corner. Pippen. Offensive foul.
They were all there to meet him underneath. Dumars and now is at 36 of his last 37 free throws. Percy ducks inside. He was challenged by Lambier and Rodman. Pistons with the ball in the lead. Dennis right wing. He'll go to the hole for the but to manage to lead 28-23 after 1 quarter of play. Now watch Dennis Rodman on the run. Out of your picture, back in where he loves to jam from the right wing.
You know, I played on a New York Knickerbocker team in which Dean Meminger and myself were, the 6 men coming off the bench, both of us as defensive players on that New York Knicks team in 72 and 73 that went to the finals. And, we found that it worked rather well. Now, Dean averaged 8 points a game. I averaged 10 plus a game off the bench. So, I mean, we did get scoring off the bench, but we weren't per se scorers. So I think that it's just how a team flows and reacts. It's not so much whether he comes in as a scorer or not.
Certainly, Dennis Rodman gives the Bulls an interesting look off the bench.
So when Armand does come in the game, it seems like one of those perfect matchups where I can send Dennis in the game and he can get after him.
Well, Armand Gilliam comes in at the start. So does Dennis Rodman. As you can see, the coaches tinkering with their lineups here. Hugh Evans, Nolan Fine, Jim Capers out. Vern Fleming out of the point. Greg Graham on the wing. Gilliam pushed off the block by Rodman. Now tries to back Dennis. 7 to go on the shot clock, New Jersey. Gilliam got to be offensive. He lowered the shoulder into Dennis, and the foul is called on Armand Gilliam, his 3rd.
Dennis is a good defensive player, smart player. He knows he was going to go to his left, coming down on his left here. He takes the position, takes the blow. Gilliam.
Khalid Reeves out front. Reeves, a New York.
Dennis
Foul on Dennis Rodman, who thought he had position to draw the offensive foul. Dennis picks up his first. That's the first on the team.
Dennis does a nice job defensively of leaving Armand Gilliam going down and sealing off. 8 quick points for Tony out of the box here.
In the last 14 games, Reddy shooting 44% from the arc. This ball belongs to Chicago.
Nice job by Dennis defending Armand Gilliam low. Let's take a look at this. He's got him down low, and it goes right off of Gilliam's chest and out of bounds.
P.J. Brown to Armangilio. Blocked by Rodman. Dennis controls. He's out on the break with Pippen in the regular season. 113 to 100 the final. It wasn't a textbook affair, but it was more than enough to get the job done.
Who's been injured much of the year with groin problems, in replaced a very struggling Kenny Anderson early, who has 2 early fouls, and that's another offensive foul on Charlotte, and that's on Larry Johnson. Craig Sager, an update on Kukoc.
Dr. Glenn in the bottom 8 in 5 major defensive categories.
Larry Johnson had to double clutch for that shot, and it wouldn't fall. And that's because Rodman got in his face. Remember, Rodman was 2-time Defensive Player of the Year early in his career. Well, that's as bad as when he's intense. Cruise control is about as dangerous. Larry Johnson being defended by Dennis Rodman, and then the double team. That leaves Hancock for the drive. And the dish. He's not scoring there. Rodman, another rebound. 56 to go in the third. Kenny Anderson has heated up a bit here and has 13 points in the game now. Down to Larry Johnson against Dennis.
That he's getting better vision of the open floor and making more things happen. Here we have that trap.
Rodman steals the ball from Magic.
Oh, yes.
Vinnie Johnson tipped up by Rodman.
With a smothering defense that can frustrate anyone. And now, that defense will be unleashed on the Lakers.
To 11.
Detroit knows that the Lakers can so quickly.
Offensive foul, L.A.
While James is complaining, Dick, he's feeling that he's being roughed up in the post, but all night long. Now watch how hard Rodman's going to work over the top. You see, first of all, he took the forearm, but then he retaliated right into the throat area of Rodman.
Fourth quarter. Offensive foul, the 6th call against the Lakers tonight, and the foul against Woolridge is his 4th. Have different characteristics to them.
Well, they've been in so many series, whether you lose by 1 or 40, it's only one game.
Right. Campbell, offensive foul.
Footwork of the Detroit Pistons have really been impressive.
The pick unleashing Starks, but Dumar's able to fight it off. Ewing again one-on-one with Sally. Now there's the help, and Ewing spotted Oakley. Oh, what a rejection by Dennis Rodman, stopping Charles Oakley with 4 remaining on the shot clock.
Well, Rodman is so fast, and he reads this situation. Teammate in trouble, and who arrives but Dennis Rodman? Just concentrating on distributing the basketball.
Oakley setting the pick. Starks with the finger roll will not count. Offensive foul. It's a charge on Starks.
The value of Dennis Rodman. He makes those plays Riley drools about. He drew that foul. He offered himself up. Starks making a very difficult shot. And Rodman bounced right up quickly after that.
I want to go to people like Rodman early to see if he can get into it. They're going to give him a shot.
McDaniel tripped up. No, they say offensive foul. Pat Riley upset about that call. It is an offensive foul.
Anthony checking the clock. McDaniel backing Rodman.
Defender and find an open teammate.
Ewing, Rodman called for a block. He tried to draw the foul. From time to time, the Pistons will use Dennis Rodman defensively against Patrick Ewing and take advantage of the mismatch. They bring it to their favor, and Rodman has done a good job against Ewing.
Well, Dennis there felt he was in position, no question about it, that his feet were not moving.